Hello, welcome students. And today I'm going to start the second poem of First Flight, Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. This is completely an educational channel, and if you have not subscribed, then please subscribe and like for the new updates. Fire and Ice is one of Robert Frost's most popular poems, and it was published in 1920 in Harper's Magazine. So let's start the poem. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desert, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it has to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would surface. So well students, let's start get ready for the word meanings. So word meanings: desire, that is wish, longing, ichha. Hold with, it means agree with, support. And सहमत होना, अनुमोदन करना. perish, die और end, समाप्त और अंत हो जाना. destruction, that is ruin or end, same meaning विनाश या अंत हो जाना. suffice, suffice is be sufficient, पर्याप्त. Okay, let's start the get ready for the. In this poem, Robert Frost refers to two predictions of how the world will end. Some say it will end in fire, and according to others, it will end in ice. The poet equates desert with fire and hatred with ice. Both are growing with such rapid speed that the world will perish either way in fire or in ice. समरी इन हिंदी. इस कविता में कवि रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट दो अनुमानों की और संकेत करते हैं कि संसार का अंत कैसे होगा. कुछ कहते हैं कि इसका अंत आग से होगा और दूसरों के अनुसार इसका अंत बर्फ से होगा. यहाँ कवि इच्छा को अग्नि के साथ तथा घृणा को बर्फ के समान मानते हैं. दोनों ही इतनी तीव्र गति से बढ़ रहे हैं कि संसार का अंत किसी भी तरह आग या बर्फ से हो ही जाएगा. So the poem says, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desert, I hold with those who favor fire. And then, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of it to see that for destruction ice it also great and would surface. So the world will end someday, but when nobody knows, whether the sun gets hot or it gets colder, in both the situation, end of this world is sure. This is the question number 1. That there are many ideas about how the world will end, and we think the world will end someday. And have you ever thought what would happen if the sun gets so hot that it burst or grew colder or colder? बहुत से विचार हैं कि संसार का अंत कैसे होगा. क्या आप सोचते हैं कि किसी दिन संसार का अंत होगा, या आपने कभी सोचा है कि अगर सूर्य इतना गर्म हो जाए कि फट जाए या ठंडे से ठंडा होता जाए कि क्या होगा, तो क्या होगा. So यही है फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड. So yes, I think the world will end one day, though it might take billions and billions of years. There are many ideas about how the world will perish. One is through global warming. It will, the ice of Antarctica will melt, the level of water will increase, and it will gradually engulf all the land. So it will be the end of the world. On the other hand, the sun will get so hot that it will burst, or it may grow colder and colder. Well, if there is no sun, there will be no oxygen or vegetation. All creatures will die and the world will perish. So this is the answer to the first question. Okay. And the second question, for Frost, And what do fire and ice stand for? And here are some ideas. And in a box there are some words: greed, cruelty, conflict, tolerance, insensitivity, indifference, avarice, lost, fury, rigidity, coldness, hatred. All the words, and you have to distinguish between fire and ice. So fire stands for desert, and from this the words are greed, avarice, lost, conflict, and fury. And for frost, fire stands for desert, greed, avarice, or lost. The more you try to satisfy them, the more they grow. Or if you try to satisfy one desire, many more come. So there is no end to them. Like fire, they spread in all directions and engulf you. They also increase your greed, avarice, and lust, and one becomes selfish, indifferent, even cruel to others. So, like, I stand for hate, cruelty, intolerance, rigidity, insensitivity, coldness, indifference, and hatred. So, all this attitude and indifference in behavior lead to fury and cruelty, and one becomes hard-hearted and insensitive to the feelings of others. So fire and ice both bring destruction to the world, and this is the cause of the end of the world. Then let's discuss the rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A A B C B C B. So rhyme scheme is A B A A B C B C B. So last rhyming words line is given here. First line fire, second ice, desert, fire. So the your last words say fire, desert, and fire. So A, and ice is something different. So it is B. Next, come to the next lines. Twice, hate, ice, greed, surface. Twice, ice, and surface. B, B, B. And hate and greed, that is C, C. And this is related to the third question. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? And how does it help in bringing out the contrasting idea in the poem? So, the lines ending with the same rhyme have the same idea, but the lines that ends with a different note have the contrasting idea. So look to the examples. Look the examples. In the first stanza, the first, third, and the fourth lines end with the word fire, desert, and fire. Same rhymes, but the same or the second lines end with the word ice, a different note. So also it contrasts with fire. Thus the poet has brought out the contrasting idea in the poem by using different rhyme. यह क्या है, जो फर्स्ट, थर्ड और फोर्थ ये जो है फायर, डेजर्ट एंड फायर सेम वर्ड है, एंड देन जो चेंज हुआ है, कॉन्ट्रास्ट हुआ, ये है आइस. सो दैट एक डिफरेंट कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग आइडिया यह डिस्क्राइब किया गया. सो द कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग आइडिया ऑफ फायर एंड आइस आर presented using this rhyme scheme. He mentions that both fire and ice are probable end of the world, while he talks about how fire represents desire and can therefore be a cause of the end of the world. He also mentions ice in between to symbolize that the coldness and indifference towards one another will also be enough to end the world. In the second stanza also, and he says that he knows of enough hate in the world, and to be sure that even destruction through ice would be sufficient to bring about the end of the world. So this is all about fire and ice. So thank you students for watching the video.